It's still broken.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah. I turned the heat on. There he is. There's the savior. There he is. Great. I have no problem jumping on that window.
I'm okay with that, I don't see it.
Well, it depends on what's going on. I might stop right next to you and start going. I got your back. Oh, I was told that I didn't hold you over here by holding you or something. I didn't. I want somebody to out there.
Missed you this
Yeah,
morning.
he would too.
Oh, everybody. Yeah, no, it's a little scary down there. Yeah. So I see that. Yeah.
8:15.
Unfortunately,
It's good to see you.
thank you.
Got a job. And she didn't tell me. You know, he came up there one time. I was all over him. He says, well, I heard nice to meet you. And I looked at you and said, well, I'm sorry. It's none of your business.
I think I'm going to invite you over for dinner. You say to me, hey, what do we have?
That was a very good girl.
I'm good. What the services I provide? Many, one of the many.
That ain't the way to do it, but it's. That's, you know, that's the way she's going. She's definitely gonna stay That's a defense mechanism as well.
I'm sneaking out shortly after you.
Okay,
We'll see.
good.
We'll sneak out.
I was making sure.
Glenn, do I need to be here for the boiler stuff every day?
I'm good.
All right. All right, we will call the meeting to order of the Tuscarora Township Board of Trustees. It is December 9th, 2025, and it is 7:02. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call, please.
John.
Here.
Lori.
Here.
Rudy.
Here.
Laura. Here.
Board member conflict of interest? No? Okay, very good. Public comment on agenda items. Public comment period is closed. Approval of meeting agenda. I would like to suggest that with the weather and the darkness, that we move we have Steve Corcoran from Performance Engineering. I'd like to move him up. Well, he is item A. What, is that me? Is it me? Okay, I'll back up here. Let's move, we'll add Matt, we'll move Kelsey up, please, to follow Steve. Is someone here from Parks? Did Parks not come? Maybe we can have a Parks person give a report. Gordon will move him up. And then, I would like to add, Matt Hall, please, Sheboygan County Road Commission. And then we can get you guys in and out of here. And I have made a promise to have us done at 8:15, so all of you, please do this at 8:15. Those are my additions.
I see a section for bills, revenue, and expenditure report, but I'm not seeing the expenditure report. I believe I did see it online.
It's in the financials online.
Okay. I guess even for my young eyes, be nice to have them in the packet here to see. So it's a little difficult seeing online. Through my phone or computer.
Maybe we can add that, just add it. Any other adjustments? Do we have a motion to approve the meeting agenda as amended?
I'll make that motion.
Thank you. Second,
I'll support that.
all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. Approval of previous minutes from the November 11th, 2025 regular meeting. I have no changes.
Agreed.
Are you good? Okay, do we have a motion to approve the previous minutes from November 11th, 2025?
I'll make a motion to approve the previous minutes from the November 11th, 2025 meeting.
And a second, please.
I'll second it.
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Reports. Steve Corcoran.
Good evening, Steve Corcoran, Performance Engineers, engineering firm for the township, the sewer project. Not a lot to report tonight. Starting with really good stuff. Blower number 3 was successfully brought online on Friday. It currently can only be used in the manual mode. The one thing, Aeromod is remoting in, but they couldn't get it to talk to the old panel, old panel like they had when they had it program 1 and 2. They're going to send a USB stick up to Mead and Hunt and see if they can download it and get it to connect properly there. If that doesn't work, then they will send a rep up again to make sure they can get both blower 3 completely integrated. It can be used just in the manual mode. That's good. So all 3 blowers can be used now. The decant rerouting was being completed today. There might be a few things that have to finish up tomorrow, but that's just about done there. And the water line has been drilled. We're going to be pressure testing it tomorrow, so that should be online here within the next couple of days. And then Grand Traverse Construction will be the trailer will be leaving. Any equipment they still have on site will be leaving. They'll be back in the spring to do some punch list items, a little bit of paving here and there, some restoration work. I think the addition still needs some gutters, and they haven't been able to get the gutter guy out there yet. But that's really good news that the plant is essentially complete. Matt's underground, the phase 1 low pressure sewer contractor has been doing connections over mostly in the Columbus Beach Club area. And we have 2 other contractors, Troop that we mentioned earlier. They did some connections this fall, and Inland Lakes did a connection last week. So now 3 contractors have been actively involved. We're up to, as of last week, 42 connections, 41 in phase 1. We have 1 phase 2 person. I didn't do anything different. We have 1 person that's in the phase 2 assessment that lives on Mack Avenue, but physically, this last year, it was easier to hook them up to what the pipe coming that goes to the Devo Beach lift station in phase 1. So yeah, you have 1 phase 2 person hooked up, but they're in phase 1 physically system. And Matt's is trying to get 3 more done this week. If all goes well, I think he'll have a total of about 46 or 47 hooked up to the system. But then when Matt's is done this week, that's it. They're going to be coming back in the spring. 2 winters ago, when I was doing a lot of these water and sewer projects here in northern Michigan, we were able to work almost into mid-February. Last year, we made it into mid-January. This year, we're going to make it into, looks like mid-December before we get pretty much frozen out. Elmer's has not done anything. They're essentially done. They just have to finish those upgrades at the Arthur Street lift station, and we're still working through some legal issues with the property owner there. But they're ready to do that whenever we give them the green light. Phase 2, Walton Contracting, they've been working down in Manistee, and they were thinking they might come back in early December if that job finished up early, and they might get some work done up here. That area got slammed even harder than we did the last couple of weeks, and I think they're done up here as well. So not going to be a lot going on here after this week in this area, but things should be picking up in the spring. And that'll depend on when the frost laws come off, and we'll keep you advised on that. I plan to be available for monthly sewer meetings. If you want me to come up, it's no big deal. Tonight on your agenda for our side, what we have is a pay request from Grand Traverse Construction, a pay request from Matt's, which is only for a little bit of grinder pump work, and then a change order for Elmer's, just extending their final completion date out. I think I put down to the end of January, which we might bump again if we don't get a resolution on the lift station down there on Arthur Street. But we physically, if we don't keep extending the date, USDA's computer system can't process pay requests and things like that. It will say, no, you've got to do liquidated damages or something like that. But this is not their fault. So.
And this easement issue,
should not prevent anyone in phase 1 from connecting their lateral.
Right now, it's preventing 16 properties there from connecting.
Okay.
Elmer's needs to finish the upgrades to that lift station to get the new tops on that are vehicle rated as opposed to pedestrian rated at the request of those property owners.
Right.
But they won't let us on the property right now.
Okay.
And so we just don't want those stations to go dirty.
Right.
And then have to get them cleaned out in order to get the work done inside of them. So.
Okay.
That's, yeah. And I know there's a few people that really want to hook up, and I feel for them.
Okay. All right.
Any questions on anything I covered or anything I didn't cover? All right. Thanks for letting me go early so I can hit the road.
Yeah. Thank you, Steve. Okay. Kelsey, library, please.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi, everybody. Okay, so I'm going to start with our events. We have one coming up in December. It's this Friday. We're doing a classic movie matinee, so it's 1 to 3 p.m. It'll be in this room. And the movie for this month is It Happened on 5th Avenue. So come and join us. You don't have to sign up or anything to come. So that's Friday, December 12th, 1 to 3 p.m. And then also as a reminder, the library will be closed December 24th, 25th, 31st, and January 1st for the holidays. We are also doing a winter reading program in January. And so it's an easy bookmark. it's totally doable. You can group up different things. So say I have two, I haven't created it yet, but if I had two prompts on there that said something like read for an hour, read a book with a green cover, and you did read for a book with a green cover for an hour, you can check off both of them. So it's pretty easy to get through. And those will be available to pick up starting January 2nd. And as long as you return your finished program bookmark by February 7th, you will be entered into a drawing for a chance to win one of our grand prizes. So that's it for we have less programming in December considering the holidays. But when I got on the reading garden, so I realized we need official approval still from the township for the reading garden project. So just as a little background, it'll be on the south lawn facing out to Floyd Street. We've got it to 37.5 feet by 24 feet. We're thinking approximately 3 to 4 benches, and there'll be space. It's kind of like a little patio. So we did reach out to the Onaway Industrial Arts Institute, which if you haven't gone there, I really recommend it. It's a very cool place. They give tours. It made me miss art school, but we're now in review with them for creating the 2 butterfly-shaped benches, and possibly our other 2. We'll have 2 regular benches too. And we have raised the necessary funding thanks to our very generous community. A survey has already been completed by performance engineers of the property, and the Reading Garden Committee just accepted a bid from North by Nature for a sealed drawing. They also did the landscaping at the fish, so it gives us an idea of the kind of work that they can do. So yeah, would you be okay with us? Can you approve it?
I think it's a wonderful addition to our community.
I agree.
And I applaud the library and the library supporters and friends of the library and the community at large that saw the vision.
Thank you. Yeah, and if there are any other questions, I'm happy to answer.
As you get a drawing, and I think you may have a rough rendering, maybe we can post it, put it up somewhere.
Yeah, I forgot to bring it. It's
Okay,
next door.
We'll find a place for it,
Mhm.
and then we can share.
Yeah, I think that'd be good.
Yeah.
And I will be giving regular updates on this reading garden. I forgot to mention the maintenance on it will be done by the Parks Department. We'll be paying them extra to do the maintenance on it. And all of the costs incurred from the project are on the library. So we won't be running you for money.
Okay.
Yeah. So free.
Good, all right. Do you think we need to make a motion in support of that? I don't think so. I mean, we have the deed, that's all been cleared up.
Okay. So,
Yes, yeah, you want me?
Yeah.
Let's just make it official.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead. All
Yeah.
right, someone make a motion?
Better yet than that.
I'd like to make a motion that the Tuscarora Township Board supports the library in their reading garden project.
yay.
Okay. Very good, thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Yay. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
For spearheading that.
Yes,
It will be exciting to have that.
I'm really pumped about it.
Very good.
So thank you, everybody, and drive safe.
Yeah. Okay, parks. Pat.
Oh, okay.
Pat McGinnis, speaking for the Parks Commission. At our last meeting, which was December 3rd, we approved the motion to get a new snow blower tractor to do the sidewalks, parking lots and stuff like that. And we got some pretty good pricing on that. Boat launch lighting update, that's on hold now until we get better weather and stuff, but we will be planning on installing lighting at that boat launch this year, or this coming year. We had scoreboards and hobby horses for sale, those sold at the asking price. The final sidewalk sealing was done before the snow. We are planning a 2026 fireworks committee. At this time, myself will be representing the parks. Sue Fisher will be representing the DDA. We're still looking for people from the library, from the township, and from the chamber, plus some citizens at large. We want to make this 250th anniversary of our country as special as we can. We went with a new dumpster company out at the maintenance shed in the parks. That new dumpster has been delivered. We had thought we'd go with green, but through negligence on my part, didn't specify the color on the final thing, so we got black. It's easier to run into at night, I guess. The scrap dumpster generated $660 for Parks Upgrade and Maintenance Fund last year. We're working on DeVoe Beach bathroom updates. We hope to have that done by 4th of July. Mr. Murdoch and I had some discussions today, which will be brought up again at the Parks meeting in January. He's got some really good ideas that we'll follow up on. Cooperation Park, we've had 2 of the 3 areas that we wanted to have lighting done on. First was the sledding hill, the lighting's up. That looks really nice. So now the kids and the older kids can sled at night. There's another light installed at the intersection going to the ice rink. So that's now a safe intersection. The third one will be done this spring, and that's lighting the soccer fields. The Parks Commission still has an open seat on the Parks Commission. Hopefully we will find someone to step up to help us. There's a lot that, needs to be done. And some people may bring in expertise that we don't have, because we don't have a lot of expertise sometimes. Lamprey nets have been installed at DeVoe Beach, and we were notified just as a courtesy because we don't control the water at DeVoe Beach. We went with a new propane company. 2 new tanks have been installed, and they've been filled by Propane Plus. They've upgraded the gauges, handles, and hoses, and new Zamboni tanks have been installed and are operational. And outside of wishing everyone a Merry Christmas and Happy New Year, that's about it. Any questions?
No, you've been busy.
Thank you.
Thank you. We do have applications here for anyone who was interested in serving. We're looking for all comers, so please join us. Okay, we start that. Matt.
I'll try not to buzz. For those of you that don't know me, I'm Matt Hall. I'm the Managing Director of Sheboygan County Road Commission. So Trudy asked me to come tonight to talk about road projects. If I may indulge for just a minute before that, your permission.
Sure.
I just wanted to give a shout out to Tuscarora Township. During the ice storm this year, a lot of cooperation going back and forth. The township was very helpful, I think, to our community, and we worked good together trying to make sense of a very difficult situation to navigate. So I wanted to say thank you for that. Also, we've managed to work through a number of concerns coming through the years. We partner through a maintenance agreement with the township for the downtown sidewalks
the sidewalks are taken care of by the township, the roads taken care of by the road commission. We've worked together, and a shout out to Doug for working with our crew. Sometimes we come in the middle of the night, take care of all that snow that piles up there for months at a time, and the guys get together and do a great job. We've also worked through things like some environmental concerns from tip of the Met Watershed Council, and we were piling that snow kind of close to the Little Sturgeon River, and that was creating a few things that weren't desirable, even though they might not have been over the limits. We were able to try to help our environment a little bit better by moving that away from the water down there. So, and the township was instrumental in finding locations to be able to take that snow. So, just wanted to say thank you. There's many, many more, but thank you to the township for working with the road commission. I'd be happy. We met in November with township road reports, took requests for estimates and all of those types of things. We are offering a $25,000 match for a $50,000 project or higher for roads this year. And I guess we have talked about a number of things in Tuscarora Township. I believe you have a couple of suggestions from our superintendent for the area, that a couple things that he had suggested. And throughout all that, I guess we're amicable to anything that you guys would like to do. What I would like to convey to you tonight is we do need a deposit. We don't have to know what the project is, but if you want us to save the money in our budget, we will need a deposit this month to be able to hold that for you. So I would recommend that you, I have not had a township have to put a deposit in over $5,000. If you do want to do one of the projects we've given you an estimate on, you can just send us the, whatever the percentage of the deposit is. If you don't know what project it is, I'm asking for $5,000. That's, I did like the $600,000 project for a township, and the deposit wasn't over $5,000. So that pretty much will be enough of a deposit to hold anything that I can imagine you want to do. So I'd be happy to entertain questions if you have as far as what roads or anything, if you guys have discussed anything.
I don't think we've discussed them. I've met with Rob and with you. Our gravel roads, as I understand it from you and Rob, are in pretty good shape.
We're getting much better in Tuscarora Township.
And I think our goal is, with our budgeting, we budgeted gravel and relying on your crew and team and your knowledge to put it where it's needed. Same thing with grinding. We budgeted for 2 grindings. There's always discussion about that second grinding. Is it really of value? Well, I don't know. But the road projects, and I meant to reach out to your team to see, of our total roads, how many of them are gravel? Do we have a guesstimate? And how many are pavement? Because it seems when I look at that road report, we're not in very good shape with our paved roads.
It is not. The paved roads in Tuscarora Township are not in very good condition. Yes.
Yeah. And as you know, when we met, Sue and I went to the annual meeting with the road commission, and basically, where do we start? I mean, I feel we are almost to the point of tipping. We have some roads, a few roads that have been paved in the last 5-7 years that if we address them now, we can save them, and some are turning to too far gone.
So I think one of the things that Rob discussed with you was you have Eagle's Nest that is in need of a chip seal at this point to seal the road up to keep it from getting infiltrated with water and those types of things. That would be one that you definitely want to consider. It's I believe the bottom of the fair rating right now. Chippewa Beach, that was done before I came. So I've been here for 4 years, so probably at least 5 years ago or so. Really, in a best case scenario world, engineers would like to see 5 to 7 years you sealing a road. We have roads, even primary roads, that are 13, 14, 15 years old that have never been sealed, and they're showing it. But really to make the road last for the 30, 40, 50 years, it needs the maintenance treatments as well. So.
Well, and I know we talked about with our downtown enjoying new pavement because of the sewer. And I think somebody reached out to you, Jonathan, about Barbara from, who's that? Humbler to Straits. There's also Wit, I believe, where there's spot repaving. We've got a number of areas. It's just how do we, and then we've got the double chip seal. I feel like I'm ordering an ice cream cone. We've got the double chip seal, which I don't quite know what that is, but I guess at some point I need to sit down with you or Rob or someone and say, what roads are salvageable? And how far is this money going to take us? And start there and just have a plan of attack every year for the next 5 to 7 years.
I think as you guys look at these treatments too, look at other areas, maybe not just in Sheboygan County, but what other areas have done. And I know in the past department that I worked for, chip seals are not popular in populated areas. They're more coarse, people walking and rollerblading and stuff. They're a very good road for somebody that's going to drive down it. But if you're out there with roller skates, it's not a very good road. So those less expensive treatments that are going to seal the roads up might not be what you're looking for. It doesn't mean that we won't do them. Mullet Township has done a number of them in Toppinabee, and they're very happy with them. But I have people where they walk a lot, roller skate, rollerblade. Sometimes they're very unhappy with them too. But we look at treatments on the road really more for motoring public as a road commission than we do as walkers and cyclists and those types of things. So I guess keep that in mind as well, but we're happy to work with you with whatever project. I would recommend a project. If you don't do that, you do have, we're offering again this year, at least take advantage of the $2,500 gravel match. If you guys will buy $2,500 worth of maintenance gravel, we'll match that, which is not something that we've done before the last year. So.
And that is either or?
Either or, yes. You only get one.
Right. Question? I guess, do you want to address item 10C out of order since we have Matt and he has presented it? Yeah. So the motion is, do we make a motion to enter into an agreement with the road commission for a project and commit $5,000 to get their match? That would be the motion. I would support that motion. So Lori makes a motion to enter an agreement with CCRC, Sheboygan County Road Commission, committing that $5,000 deposit to get the $25,000 match. Now, do we have a second on that? Okay, thank you. Last question. Must it be done, because we're on different fiscal years? Their calendar, we're at July 1.
So right now, I'm setting my budget. So if you write me the deposit either for a project that you have an estimate on, or give me the $5,000. If you can't afford the $5,000, come and talk to us. We'll work something out. But anyhow, that $5,000, if you give me that, is going to go towards your project. So right now, if you go through and do that, the only thing that's going to do is make me put in my budget $25,000 for Tuscarora Township. Okay. We'll talk about estimates. We'll talk about all that. You guys will sign the actual project agreement once we've agreed on all those numbers.
In reality, our project probably would fall in the next fiscal year. I mean, we're July 1. Unless you were Johnny on the spot and had something ready to roll.
Before Tuscarora and other townships have wanted to prepay for a project to use the money up in their year that are off of ours and then pay for the rest of it at the end of the billing cycle. Right now, I'm not requiring that. In our township projects, it does have a requirement for a portion of the project. But as long as I'm not running low on money and can't afford to upfront your project, I don't require that. We just bill you at the end of the project. But if you want to pay prior to the project being done and just have it like sitting in the bank so you can get it out of your books, I'm fine with that as well.
Okay. So motion on the table to enter into this agreement and make a downstroke of $5,000 to the Sheboygan County Road Commission, support by Laura. Any other questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Sorry.
Okay, so last month we had a private donor donate 20 frozen turkeys to us. My officers were able to go out, pass out turkeys instead of tickets. That has always been a huge hit. We've done it, I think, 3 or 4 years now. The donor wants to wish to remain anonymous, but I just wanted to say thank you for that. And my guys really enjoyed doing it. So we also had another family donate 4 full turkey dinners. So frozen turkey, all the fixing, and we were able to pass those out to families in need over Thanksgiving. So, and I'd like to thank that donor as well. As you all know, Officer Deal was killed in July. His wife had called me and she's like, we have a generator system. It's not a standalone. I have to pull it out of the thing. Can you show me how to use it? And I'm like, she shouldn't have to do this. So, of course, I made a phone call to White Pines Electric. What would a standalone generator cost? Jeff Milner then took that. He made a few phone calls. And eventually this community, which is amazing, kind of all started pitching in. Within 2 weeks, we raised $13,000 and had that generator, standalone generator, which is hooked to a propane tank, installed in the yard. So just want to thank everybody who donated. And I know I'm not going to get them all, but Scott Monti from M&M Plumbing and Heating, Jeff Miller from White Pines Electric, Pollard's, and Carl actually went above and beyond and actually reached out to other people. Billy Andrews, Berkshire Hathaway, tons of the firemen on Tuscarora Township Fire Department, my officers from my department. Again, I know I'm forgetting somebody, but I just wanted to touch base and say thank you to all who donated and made that possible. It was literally 2 weeks.
Wow, thank you.
So $13,000 project and amazing.
Yeah.
So that we have completed the interviews. We have had 3 applicants, and after the interviews, we have decided to hire a young man by the name of John Appleford. John currently works for Sheboygan County Sheriff's Department. He's one of the jailers. He will be going through Police Academy, through Kirtland Community College. It starts on January 12th. He will be graduating by May 8th. And all of that cost, up to $20,000, is being paid for by the Public Safety Assistance Grant. So there was a governor gave $10 million for that program. It's first come, first serve. And we got John enrolled in the academy, so we will qualify for that grant. Other than that, I've got a whole bunch to talk about boilers, but I think we'll wait until that comes up on the list. So any questions for me?
No. Congratulations on putting that together for the Deal family.
Yes, thank you.
They'll always be one of us.
Yep, for sure. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Let's go back to the top. Clerk.
Okay, invoice register, we have 34 bills, invoices, in the amount of $37,900.55.
Any questions on those invoices to pay?
We have a motion to accept and pay the bills and the payroll report that's in here as well, I believe.
Yes.
Right. I do, before we, do we have a motion to?
Yes, I'll make a motion to approve and pay the bills.
Okay, and then a second, then I have some questions.
I'll second it.
Thank you. Bruce Thompson, 1772, those are openings and closings, correct?
Yeah.
Cemetery, okay. Do you think we could have maybe in January, February, get a summary of our year, the cemetery for the year, just to compare? I was gonna look this up. The GFL Northern A1, I think is that the ribs? The 42,384, that's for those of you that don't know, the rib clean out rapid infiltration basin out at the wastewater treatment plant. They've never been scooped out. We had trees and all sorts of vegetation out there. They scooped them out. They turned out beautifully. So anyway, that's on there. That was paid last month, though, correct? Propane Plus, I see the new bill there. White Pine Electric, 3277. Was that the one at the park?
Scoreboard and lights and part of your stuff.
Okay, all right, thank you. All right, those are my questions. Anyone else have questions? No questions? Motion to approve and pay the invoices and the payroll. Motion by Lori, seconded by Jonathan. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously. Thank you. And the treasurer's report.
Okay, so just a little things to let you know they're going, if you're a business owner, and you have personal property taxes, that is something that has a lot of time hasn't been spent on in the past. So Chris and I have developed a letter and we are mailing those out as fast as we can to people that owe personal property taxes. It's something that the county doesn't help us collect, but it's my statutory duty to try to collect. So I have to show an effort of trying to get them. So if you're a property owner or a business owner and you get one, I've had several conversations with them. Maybe their business the business that they got the bill for went out of business. I said, we just have to let the county know. So I just want people you can work through it. I had another guy, his business was, they stopped doing business, and I got a form from him that he had an exemption. So we can work through it. Don't panic, but just give a call. We're just trying to get it cleaned up. We shouldn't have any. We have, since we're talking about weather and going short, you're delinquent. So when you don't pay your sewer bill over time, every quarter, that gets put on your taxes at the end of the year. So I was closing out taxes on a Sunday night and thought I knew what I was doing, and I transferred part of it to the people that it belonged to, but there's still a big balance left. So that's gonna have to wait until summer. So what I'm allowed to do by law is I can put 2 quarters on the summer bill, 2 quarters on the winter. The past practice has all 4 quarters been on the winter. So I'm gonna switch to, just kind of informational, 2 quarters. So October to March will go on the summer bill for people that don't pay, and the April to September will go on the winter bill. So that we can get the money turned over faster. So that's kind of on the game plan. And then next month, since I don't know if anybody else reads on social media, but there seems to be some confusion about this tax bill. And this little space right here tells you all the things that you pay for. And I know you can't really see it, but I made it extra big. So in January, I've got some help. We're gonna explain that Tuscarora Township only gets this little teeny tiny bit right here. But your taxes go to all these other things. So I've had people out online think that their total bill all goes to sewer, which is not true. So I think there's misinformation and people need to be educated. So January, I'm gonna do a little bit of read your tax bill 101. So people won't be so upset. So there, that's what we move.
Okay, and were you gonna go over the cash summary?
No, well, we're doing great. Okay. Not me personally, but Rachel Valens, she's a miracle worker.
Well, where is she in the great grand world of bank reconciliation?
She came in December 2nd, and by the end of the day, we always talk about sewer, pool. She had pool done in one day. So she knows what to do and where to dig, and so yeah, she's handling it all. She came to my office, and with some encouragement from Chris, I generally handed her it. So she's tickled to death to do it all, to help me out, so I appreciate that.
So we're up to date,
We're up to date.
current, love it, okay. Anything else?
That's all for me.
Questions, people just call you and leave a message, or come in and leave a message, or something?
Come on in. I'm always here 2 full days a week, and I'm here at night. If you want to make an appointment, call, and I'll meet with you at night. I don't have a problem. People have been calling, and I do the best I can to answer all the calls, but I'm not the best at returning voicemail. Email, I'll answer email if you want to email me.
There's been no correspondence to my knowledge. Airport, we've drained the pipes out of the bathroom and the, for the winter to prevent a recurrence of last year. We don't want to do that. No sensitive report. DDA, we're still pursuing, as I mentioned at the sewer meeting. DDA is pursuing, RF request for bid. Actually, it's gonna be a preliminary engineering report to extend the pathway south to, we're hoping the township line, which would incorporate Cooperation Park and the snowmobile trailhead parking. So that's in the works. DDA has an opening on their committee as well, and their meeting is next Monday at 7. Anything else I've forgotten?
We spent a lot of time talking about Doug's for
Tractor.
plow,
Yeah.
and talking about how we can manage to set aside some money, so there's some funds for Doug to get things fixed for repair, because there's no way right now to do that. The school has not been plowing. They were supposed to have been responsible for all the way down the hill, but they haven't done it, I guess, for years. So they talked about having Doug charge them if he was gonna do it, so that would be a way to build some funds. They met last Friday morning, but I'm only out.
Actually, we're meeting this week. We have
This week,
conflict,
okay.
yeah, so Thursday, we're gonna meet with them, so
We
yeah.
talked about the women's club's flat staying above the poles. They will not be coming down for anybody's advertising of an event.
Okay, all right, good.
That was about it.
All right, thank you. No, well, we did get one FOIA request. Did we get a FOIA request? What did she decide to do?
Okay, I'll call her back tomorrow.
Okay, we got one. We're still working on it. Library's done. Okay, that's it. And old business, transient merchant ordinance. This was retyped.
So with the transient merchant ordinance number 7, this has been tabled a few times. I had some problems with it. I struggled. I know we tried to simplify it, but I felt like some things I couldn't match. I couldn't match them, couldn't tick and tie. And I had, section 3 and 4 are titled the same, and then the section 7, the repeal, the date didn't jive with the previous one. May I just suggest that we table it again?
Absolutely.
I'm not even gonna put a month on there because I think we just need to take our time and look at that. Okay. Thank you, we'll table that. RFP for O&M. And in your boxes, did anybody get in their mailbox before the meeting? We wrote a request for proposal for the O&M contract. It'll be a 3-year contract. And we changed it. If I didn't put it in your mailbox. On-site testing will include, but not limited to, and then a conductivity test. Those are some of the changes that we needed. I had a typo in this first full paragraph. And then on page 2, the scope includes monitoring the existing pump stations, 2 primary stations and 10 pump stations. So, and then attached, and I don't think I printed out the 15 pages of the permit for the groundwater discharge. But this is ready to rock and roll, if you guys have all read it. And we'll put it out for bids, and I'm thinking a month, January 31st, which is a Sunday. What are your thoughts? So I would make a motion that we put this out for bid. Put it out on, I think, Builders Exchange, post it on the website. I think we have there's a couple of other websites for wastewater treatment. And then we can address it at probably at the February meeting. So my motion would be that we approve this and put it out for bid, to be addressed at the February meeting. Wait a second on that.
I'll second that.
Questions? All in favor? Say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries unanimously. Thank you. Oh, here we go. Boiler issues. Back up.
Want me to take the floor in?
Please, we need snacks here. Something. This is the gift that keeps on giving.
Yes, it is. All right, well, as some of you know, on November 15th, as I'm sitting in my tree stand, my phone starts blowing up. And it was a young man by the name of Colin who works for M&M Plumbing Heat. You all know that the heat exchanger on boiler number 1 went bad, and we were waiting to get estimates on what that's going to cost. Boiler number 2, Colin just happened to show up on November 15th to do maintenance, and it was spewing natural gas into our mechanical room. The blower was pushing gas out. As a guy who just blew himself up, I know that natural gas and pilot lights don't work too well. So ultimately, he decided he was going to shut that boiler down. He tried robbing parts from the old boiler that isn't working. That did not work either. And he says, unfortunately, he goes, I have to shut both boilers down. He goes, you guys are going to have absolutely no heat in the building. So I then passed that information on to Trudy. She, by the end of the weekend, made the ultimate decision that we just need to replace the boiler, which we did. It was $30,900. And I know our policy states that we can't spend up to over $20,000. But if you think about it, nobody really violated any policy yet because of a three-way split. We were only spending $10,300 a piece. So
Oh, wait, there's more.
Oh, yes, there's more. So we then reached out to Lochinvar, which is the manufacturer of our boilers. We had a meeting with one of the representatives and somebody from actual Lochinvar. They came up, they looked at our system. Basically, our boilers need to be contained and have, because they're high efficiency, they need to be separated from all the other water in the building. Our water is contaminated. So in order to do that now, we have to have heat exchangers placed on the backside, one for each boiler, repipe some of the piping to where the boiler is only treating and heating the waters from the boiler. Then they go into that heat exchanger and heat the water for the rest of the building. So that is going out for bid. I know we've had some interest. I know M&M wants to bid on it, and Ballard's has actually came and already looked at the project. The issue is, with me anyway, is I didn't budget for this. So I'm going to be asking the township for the 10-3 that I owe, that comes out of my fund balance, and then whatever this new project is going to cost. It is very, very frustrating. I've met with Kelsey. I know she's very frustrated. We have spent a crap ton of money on this project. I'm going to say about $500,000 since 2016.
Yeah.
And the heating system still is not up and running. However, I have been assured again that because the controls have all been upgraded, our VAV boxes have been changed out. That was paid through mostly by the building grant. Bought the new boiler. By separating the water, having it tested once a year, and Scott is going to, M&M has agreed that he would come in and clean boiler number 2, which has also had that same contamination for all that time that boiler number 1 went through it. But he wants to use some kind of chemical in there to clean all that out and to get us more longevity out of that boiler. And then that's going to be part of his maintenance agreement where he'll come in once a year, test the water, and make sure the pH levels and all that. And also, I guess we talked about putting a mixture of water and glycol into that boiler system. I guess the glycol makes everything a little bit more slipperier, and helps keep things cleaner in there. So, any questions? You all understand it because
It's a lot.
it is a lot, and it's taken a lot for me to actually, and by actually meeting with the representatives and having them walk through it, show me what they're going to do. And I don't know if I did a very good job of explaining it or not, but it would have been nice when the original high efficiency boilers got put in 2016, that the company that installed them would have done it correctly. They are now out of business.
Go figure.
Right. So yeah, really, there's nobody to fall back on.
No.
And back in 2016, because we had the old stainless steel or cast iron boilers, you couldn't kill those things, and they lasted 25 years. And these new high efficiency boilers, they're saying pretty much 15 years. If you get 15 years out of a high efficiency boiler, you're doing well. Well, we got 6.
Well, what did the young man say from Ballard's about?
He said because of the way our system has been running, by not having control over our heat, that really if we got 6 years out of that plus the contaminated water, he goes, you actually did pretty good. Well, thanks. But for that price, I would have rather went with cast iron.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Well, okay. I don't have any questions. I've been down in that boiler room way too much.
Yeah, you and me both.
Yeah.
And then obviously, as you know, I came in Monday and I walked down there and our brand spanking new boiler was spewing water out the back and I went into panic mode. And, but that was just, it was a gasket that they had over tightened the gasket and they ordered a new gasket and that should be fixed tomorrow.
Okay.
So that boiler, currently we're operating on one boiler again, but tomorrow that second boiler will be up and running again.
So wear an extra layer and we'll turn the heat down.
Well, I think it'll be fixed tomorrow. We'll be fine. Anyway, the bid specs for the new project should probably go out. I understand we put them out in one already, but that was for the old, what we needed to do with the old boiler. So we pulled those off the website, but we do need to come up with a new bid spec and get it on there, even though we've already got people bidding on the job.
Yeah.
Because Ballard's, they wanted to bid on the old project. They came in and I said, look, that's all been scrapped. This is what we now need to do. So then he ended up leaving, coming back with the owner, and I kind of walked him through it. But I don't know how we're going to write that because I'm not a plumber and I don't know the language to use.
Yeah. Maybe we can get in touch with Black & Bar or the sales rep.
Okay.
And get that, the specs at least. Yeah.
Because technically speaking, we should put it out there to be fair for everybody to have the opportunity to bid on it. So.
Absolutely, yeah, and it's not fair to go to M&M and say, help us write the bid specs when they want to bid on it.
Correct.
So.
And I don't even think that's legal.
Okay. and hopefully we can get that done, and out there.
You know, that's the other thing too, because like I said, we worked with Lochinvar. The rep was super good. He goes, look, as long as I can prove and show that you guys are making an effort to get this in its own proprietary water system, he goes, I will fight for you to, so that warranty doesn't get that, voided.
Okay, all right, so
But-
we should,
We need to start doing it like now.
right, okay, all right. Well, I can call them. Did we get business cards from the Lochinvar and the dealer?
No, but I got a name. We can,
Okay, we'll find
we'll
out,
figure it
and
out
then
tomorrow.
we can do it, work on that tomorrow. All right, thank you.
So, any more questions? How about from the public? All right.
Thanks for the good news, Gordon.
Yeah.
All right, so, we need a motion to approve this, payment of this bill to M&M Plumbing and Heating to be split 3 ways between the township, the Tuscarora Township Police Department, and the Indian River Area Library. So
And that fact that it's okay for the police department to use their fund balance.
and that it's okay for the police department to use fund balance. And the invoices are attached, and you can see the technician's notes on the second page where he says it was unsafe to operate. So we're talking about 33,000. I guess it's 33,972.75 split 3 ways. And to okay the Tuscarora Township PD to use their Tuscarora Township PD fund balance to pay their portion. So that would be the motion I made.
I'll second that.
Thank you. Any other questions or discussion?
Is that exactly $10,300?
It's $11,324.25 per,
Well, that's the 33,072.75.
with the 900.
Oh, that includes the 900?
Mhm.
I don't see that on this invoice.
This 900.
Or, I don't see it over there, I'm sorry.
And then this, I just took those two numbers that you said.
Oh. Okay, you should have-
33972.75 divided by 3 departments, that's 11,324.25. Yep, each.
So I just need approval for that to come out of my fund balance back into my revenue stream.
Okay.
Thank you.
So we have the motion made by Trudy, support by Laura. Any other comments or questions? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. Update on the sewer rate study with Benzinski and Company. As you know, we entered into an agreement with them. We've had our preliminary phone call. Lots of information was exchanged. They gathered more information. We're still working on it. This is just information. Waiting for performance engineering on the cold storage and the ad. We're going to meet with them after the first of the year. And we're also waiting for performance engineering on the RFP for the screen. We'll meet with them after the first of the year. And health insurance. Jonathan, do you want to take this? Will you read this, please?
For your and I conversation, it was approved by legal.
Correct.
Just make a motion to add it to the Tuscarora Township policy sequence as it fits.
Any, do you have support for that?
Oh, yes, I support that.
Questions, comments, concerns? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. New business. Sewer construction bills, Steve went over those, we were at the sewer meeting, they went over those in more detail. We have a request from Grand Traverse Construction for the wastewater treatment plant expansion project in the amount of $88,402.05. That is going to be paid through the EPA grant and USDA. The next bill is from Matt's Underground for sewer extension phase 1 low pressure system, the amount of $7,076.02. This is to install individual grinder pumps at individual residences. Again, this will be paid through Eagle, the Eagle grant. And we have a change order to extend the sewer expansion gravity project phase 1 to extend the final date to January 31st of 2026. And we're waiting for the easement on the Arthur Street lift station. So we need a motion to approve those bills for payment.
I'll make a motion to approve payment of the sewer bills.
And support.
I'll second it.
Any questions, comments, or concerns? Okay, all in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. How's that pronounced? Hatch Service Partnership quote. We did this last year. It's something we need. Spectrophotometer. There's a Scrabble word. I'm here to try it. So they use this out at the plant, and it measures water quality parameters. It's an annual contract. It's $961. Can't operate without it.
I'll make a motion to contract with Hatch for spectral photometer.
Good job.
Yeah.
Do we have support for that?
I'll support that.
Thank you.
Maybe they can do our boiler water too.
Yeah, right? Yeah. And any questions, comments, concerns, discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously. Thank you. We already addressed the Chagrin County Road Commission. We'll get that checked to them. And transfers to the Parks Commission. So as we noted, okay. Parks snowplow tractor queue this past couple weeks.
That was the other big thing the DDA did, voted to advance their $5,000
Right, thank you.
towards the.
Yeah, so that's what this is, and I think police, you were gonna,
1,400, yeah.
yeah, and then library was going to do theirs, I think you said 14 or 15, I don't remember.
Oh, that's right, mine is 15 too.
Okay, so all these entities, these three cost centers have agreed to forward their, we'll do journal entry, so that Parks can make a downstroke and get their tractor, and we can get our sidewalks taken care of properly. So we need a motion to request the clerk to make journal entries, moving the money as indicated on the cover sheet.
This is just budget moving, right? It's not-
Yes, that's correct, thank you.
I move to ask the clerk to make these entries to move budget amounts from these accounts from these line items to these other line items. And I don't need to read all the numbers because he's going to know.
Chris, do you need them, or do you need them, it's on the draft? Okay. So again, we're going to move just from the police contracted maintenance line item and from the library facility contracted maintenance into charges for services rendered park, which is the expenditure and creating a revenue line. And then DDA did their 5,000. So motion by Lori to ask the clerk to make these journal entries, distributing the line items to parks. Revenue line. Do we have a second on that? I can second that. I'm asking you to do it. So any other questions on that? Yep. All in favor say aye. Aye. Motion carries unanimously. Parks Commission personnel. Just to clarify that in our policy, under Personnel Administration 5.0, Section 2, Item A, that it is proper for the township board to rely upon the Parks Commission to present, to vet their own potential employees, interview them, and to present qualified applicant recommendations to the township board as well. They've traditionally done it that way. We're just making a point of clarification here. We talked to legal about it. He said there's always been a cooperative approach to this. It's always been done this way. I believe that to be true. Pat, correct me if I'm wrong.
The Parks Commission is in agreement with your statement.
So it's cooperative where you know what you need, you present the position, you vet your people, and you create the hourly wage and come to the agreement with the person, and then present them to the board.
Exactly.
Okay. So that again, I don't think there's any motion need be made, it's just a point of clarification. And again, that is in our Tuscarora Township Personnel Administration General Employee Hiring Policy 5.1, Section 2. And last, resignation. It is with regret that I tell everyone that Sue Fisher has tendered her resignation from the board effective November 28, 2025. So with that, we need to accept that resignation and then post the opening on the board trustee. So the motion needs to be made that we accept Sue's resignation.
I'll make that motion.
Do we have support for that?
I'll support that.
Any comments, questions, discussion? All in favor of accepting Sue's resignation, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries unanimously. We will post that, and leave that open until January 11th. We'll address that at the January meeting.
13th.
I'm sorry.
13th.
And the second resignation is mine as FOIA coordinator. Although it was brought to my attention, and I apologize for not reading our own policy, that we can appoint someone to designate someone to handle it. The reason that I chose to resign was that Laura and my hours seldom jive. It makes it very difficult to respond to people's FOIA requests timely. Laura approached me today and said, isn't there some way that we can work this out? And to that question, I think we need to think about that and how to best do that. I still don't think I'm the right person to be that coordinator. We may have to address that policy. What are your thoughts on?
Table this, next month's meeting.
So we should look at our, you don't happen to know the policy.
I can bring the name with me, but I'm going to table it.
Okay. Anyway, we should look at the policy in advance of that January meeting so that we know how we want to address that. Again, it just doesn't seem efficient to me. For things to come to me and then, redistribute them. I don't know, I'm open to suggestions. I think we need to, think about it, maybe reach out to other townships to see how they can.
Especially because not just mine and your schedule, but Lori's schedule and, anybody, all of us, we all have to.
It's a bit, yeah. Okay, so we'll figure that out. Oh, we did it. Well, you got 2 minutes.
You're done yet, you got public comment.
Well, yeah.
Board
That's
comment.
You're gonna be over. All right, public comment. Yes, sir.
Hello, my name is Patrick McGinnis. It is not anonymous. I'm speaking as a private citizen, not as a member of the Parks Commission. It seems to me this board has been under attack. For instance, the resignation you just talked about, that you've been hiding since the person turned in the resignation. This is the first township meeting since that resignation has been turned in. They can't speak about it till it comes before the board. Same thing with sewer rates and the taxes, which were addressed at tonight's meeting. It's easy to sit back and not give your name and make these complaints. I think the people, if they want to complain about this board, at least have the courage to stand up and say who we are that are making the complaints, and then address the board. We had 15 people maximum at this meeting tonight. We have more than that out there complaining anonymously. I do not think it's fair for this board to be under this type of attack. On a second note, on the Sheboygan County Road project, this has always been a contention of mine. We do not own the road. We do not have a road commission representative. They're all from the north part of the county. I have the understanding that the road commission has to maintain the roads. They get 6% off the top of any road work done for their engineering, meaning they come out and look at what has already been agreed to. I don't think it's right. Tuscarora Township voted to have a millage to help the road commission out. Most of that money over the years has gone to North County. Tuscarora has not seen a return on their investment, and to have the road commission say the road's in poor shapes, Tuscarora is about the worst township in the county, and then to be asking for us to put up a $5,000 deposit to get $25,000 of our own money added to another $25,000 of our own money seems a little ridiculous. I just think the board needs to look a little more closely into how the roads are maintained. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other comments? Okay, board, public comments are closed. Board comments.
I'm just going to make a quick comment. It kind of falls in line with Mr. McGinnis's comments about what people are saying about the board and our shortfalls. there was some confusion, I think, out there regarding the agenda and the board meeting packet being put online in a timely manner, and the agenda is not a lot. It's a nicety, it's something that we do, it helps us keep the meeting flowing. There isn't any law stating that we have to have that out there at a certain time. Karen does a wonderful job, and she does that, and she gets it posted on her day off. She was a little bit later than normal this past Friday, and she was very upset about that, actually. She was very worried, but I'm going to get something ready for the next meeting and make some changes to the policies, or approach the board to vote on some changes to the policies, because it is not a law. It's just something we do as a courtesy, and it's a good practice to do for the board to keep the meeting flowing. That's what it is, so that's all.
Everyone else?
I'm in sewer phase two. Just so you know, I'm in sewer phase two. So they didn't think anybody on the board was in the sewer phase, and I'm in sewer phase two. They,
Yeah, they're kind of sassy today.
Jonathan?
I just want to touch base on, I guess, the appointment. I guess we never really talked about how we're going to do this, what's the process and what we're going to do to appoint. It certainly shouldn't be somebody just because they're our friend, because they're our neighbor, because they're our acquaintance, a helper. It needs to be somebody that is right for the job and qualified for the job. So I guess I recommend that obviously we post the application. I think we should post at the January 13th meeting, post kind of an open interview for the applicants. Just Q&A, get to know you.
Is there a certain time that we have to have that? Do we have a time frame? 45 days? Okay.
Yeah, we'll be within that 30 day.
Okay.
It's the letter.
I didn't mean to interrupt. I just wasn't sure about the meeting.
Yeah.
Having them.
Yeah.
That will fall in. Okay.
Now would even be opposed to having a special meeting between the January and February meeting
Oh, I see.
to appoint the February meeting.
Okay. Do you think, do you wanna, well, I was gonna say the standard set of questions, but I'll ask questions as we see necessary. What would you think as far as?
I mean, a month to
Yes, question should be the same. Each person should have to answer the exact same questions, not
3 to 5 questions.
Yeah.
Like I said, more to get to know them.
what if we put those questions out to them ahead of time? Anybody interested with the posting, maybe after the posting, so they can kind of prep themselves on that. You don't have to decide what to say.
Yes. Any other comments? No? Motion to adjourn at 8:20. Close.
5 minutes.
Yeah.
Here's the last. Oh, yeah.
It's been wonderful.